Welcome, dear friends, to a gentle journey through 160 soft, shimmering facts about Dragon Ball, that timeless adventure born from the imagination of Akira Toriyama. Beginning as a playful manga about a boy with a tail and quietly unfolding into one of the most beloved universes in storytelling history. Tonight, we'll drift through the origins of its characters, the inspirations behind its landscapes, the artistic choices that shaped its tone, and the ways this world has touched hearts across generations. From peaceful mountains and ancient myths to Saiyan legends and quiet moments between battles, we'll explore the calm foundations beneath a series known for its energy, revealing the tender creativity that helped it grow into a global phenomenon. And as you settle in, let your breathing soften. Let the muscles around your eyes relax. Let your shoulders sink a little deeper into the quiet around you. Feel the stillness gathering, like gentle night air, inviting you to drift, to loosen, to release the weight of the day. And if you enjoy wandering through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let us begin and allow the first facts to unfold like slow, peaceful ripples in the darks. Felkeep, Akira Toriyama began shaping Dragon Ball with a quiet fascination for myths, journey tales, and gentle humor, elements that rested softly in the back of his imagination long before they took form. He drew inspiration from Journey to the West, letting its peaceful rhythm guide the earliest sketches of a small boy in the mountains. Toriyama envisioned a story that felt lighthearted and warm, a place where wonder bloomed naturally rather than loudly. In those early moments, Dragon Ball was simply a gentle idea drifting through the mind of an artist who loved creating worlds that made people smile. Fact 2. Before Goku had a name or a shape, Toriyama imagined a setting filled with open skies, quiet forests, and soft mountain paths, landscapes that felt almost like memories of peaceful childhood days. He wanted the world to breathe gently, unhurried and calm, allowing readers to wander through it at their own pace. This desire for serenity would later merge with comedy and adventure, but at its beginning, Dragon Ball was envisioned as a comforting space, rooted in moments of simplicity. The earliest pages were drawn with a sense of lightness, creating a tone that still whispers through the series today. Fact 3. Toriyama's love for designing whimsical creatures helped shape the distinctive feel of the Dragon Ball world. He enjoyed imagining gentle oddities, dinosaurs roaming beside houses, talking animals living peacefully among humans, machines humming with soft, futuristic charm. These elements weren't created to impress or overwhelm. They were simply quiet wonders placed naturally into the landscape. Toriyama found joy in crafting worlds where imagination flowed effortlessly, where unusual beings could exist without explanation. This playful gentleness helped it define the series, offering an atmosphere that felt inviting, comforting, and endlessly curious, even before the story took on its more adventurous themes. Fact 4. Son Goku's earliest design was a calm blend of Toriyama's artistic preferences and his fondness for characters who radiated innocence. Goku's round features, soft expressions, and simple clothing were intentionally gentle, evoking the feeling of a child untouched by the weight of the world. His tail, inspired by Sun Wukong, added a touch of quiet magic. Toriyama wanted Goku to feel approachable, someone readers could relax around, rather than a figure of intensity. In these early sketches, Goku's essence was clear: a warm soul wandering through a world filled with small wonders, guided more by curiosity than by conflict. Fact 5: Bulma's creation emerged from Toriyama's wish to balance Goku's innocence with a character carrying a modern, bright energy, yet still gentle in her own way. He envisioned her as someone whose intelligence felt natural and soft, not intimidating. Early designs gave her expressive eyes, light movement in her posture, and outfits that reflected curiosity rather than boldness. Bulma was meant to be a guiding light in the early story, leading Goku into wider worlds while grounding the narrative with her thoughtful presence. Even in the earliest chapters, her character brought a sense of calm direction, shaping the journey with quiet influence. Fact 6: Toriyama enjoyed blending ancient aesthetics with gentle futurism, creating a world where soft technological designs coexisted with tranquil nature. Capsule Corp technology, for example, was designed to feel smooth and dreamlike: rounded shapes, quiet mechanisms, objects that appeared and disappeared with almost magical ease. Though futuristic, nothing felt harsh or mechanical. Instead, the technology felt like a natural extension of the world's imagination. Toriyama once mentioned he preferred drawing machines that looked friendly rather than complex. This subtle artistic choice gave Dragon Ball a soothing visual charm, shaping the environment into a harmonious space where old and new coexisted peacefully. Fact 7: The idea of Dragon Balls themselves began softly, as Toriyama looked for a simple, whimsical element to guide the early journey. He imagined objects that glowed gently, carrying a sense of quiet wonder and myth. They weren't intended to create urgency, but to provide a reason for characters to wander, meet, and grow. Toriyama wanted the story's foundation to feel like a calm treasure hunt rather than a dramatic quest. The stars within each sphere gave them a soothing celestial presence, turning them into symbols of possibility and gentle mystery rather than sources of tension or pressure. Fact 8: Master Roshi's earliest concept balanced humor, warmth, and the peaceful wisdom of a man living far from noise. Toriyama shaped him as a calm island hermit, someone who spoke softly and moved at a leisurely pace. His scenes were meant to feel like slow afternoons near the sea: light breeze, gentle waves, quiet reflections. Roshi's character added a sense of stillness to the story, grounding Goku's early development in an environment of patience rather than intensity. Even as the narrative expanded, Roshi's presence remained linked to the tranquility of simple living, offering gentle lessons wrapped in soft humor. Fact 9: Toriyama often expressed that he didn't plan stories far in advance, preferring to let ideas emerge naturally, almost like seeds carried on a breeze. This gentle, intuitive approach shaped the early chapters of Dragon Ball, giving them a spontaneous, yet peaceful feeling. Scenes unfolded with a sense of playful exploration rather than strict structure. Toriyama valued moments that simply felt right: quiet comedic beats, small discoveries, simple conversations. This organic flow became one of the series' most comforting qualities, inviting readers to relax into the world rather than brace for the unexpected. It made the story feel alive, soft, and sincere. Fact 10: The tone of early Dragon Ball was intentionally light, drifting between adventure and peaceful simplicity. Toriyama wanted readers to feel at ease, as if they were joining a small journey through sunny fields and gentle forests. Even when challenges appeared, they carried a sense of softness rather than threat. Humor, kindness, and curiosity guided the story's heart. This quiet foundation allowed the series to grow naturally, eventually expanding into grander arcs while still holding on to its gentle beginnings. Those early chapters remain cherished because they feel like warm memories, soft pages filled with innocence, discovery, and the comfort of a world unfolding slowly. Fact 11. Akira Toriyama often said that humor was the quiet heartbeat of his storytelling, and this gentle intention shaped many early characters in Dragon Ball. He wanted the series to feel warm and approachable, guided more by soft laughter than tension. Characters were designed to carry lightness in their movements and expressions, encouraging readers to relax into the world. This atmosphere made the earliest cast feel like companions on a peaceful journey rather than dramatic figures. Toriyama believed that calm, heartfelt humor created a bridge between readers and the story, allowing the world to unfold with ease and quiet joy. Fact 12. Yamcha's earliest concept emerged from Toriyama's affection for lone wanderers, characters who carried a soft air of mystery, but also a gentle vulnerability beneath their confident surfaces. Yamcha's desert setting was drawn to feel open and silent, emphasizing the solitude surrounding him. Even though he was introduced as a bandit, Toriyama shaped him with warmth, giving him shy tendencies and a gentle heart. His wolf motif, sandy home, and soft expressions allowed him to blend naturally into the peaceful tone of early Dragon Ball. Over time, he became a symbol of quiet growth, adapting gently to new friendships. Fact 13. Puar, Yamcha's floating companion, was created from Toriyama's love for simple, comforting side characters, figures who drifted around scenes like soft breezes. Puar's design was intentionally round and light, embodying kindness and gentle loyalty. Toriyama wanted Puar to bring calm into moments that might otherwise feel uncertain, offering small reassurances through presence alone. As a shapeshifter, Puar's abilities were playful rather than dramatic, aligning with the early story's tender atmosphere. This character became a quiet anchor for Yamcha, representing warmth, companionship, and the soothing comfort of a friend who understands without needing many words. Fact 14. Oolong's creation came from Toriyama's fondness for humorous contrasts, characters who seemed bold on the outside but carried a gentle softness at their core. Oolong's ability to transform was designed to feel whimsical, almost dreamlike, with each form resembling a fleeting thought. Although he often acted frustrated or stern, his personality held a quiet vulnerability that softened many scenes. Toriyama enjoyed crafting characters who revealed their warmth slowly, allowing readers to discover their gentler sides in moments of calm. Oolong added a peaceful unpredictability to the early journey, shaping the group dynamic with understated charm and light comedic rhythm. Fact 15. The Red Ribbon Army, despite its imposing name, began as a soft parody rather than a serious threat. Toriyama treated the organization with gentle humor, designing its members with rounded features and occasionally childlike mannerisms. Even their ambitious goals were framed with playful absurdity. Toriyama wanted readers to feel curiosity rather than fear, letting the story's tension remain light enough to drift through. This approach helped maintain the serene heart of early Dragon Ball, ensuring that even so-called antagonists blended seamlessly into a world shaped by imagination, softness, and calm exploration instead of harsh conflict. Fact 16: Toriyama often reused artistic elements from his earlier work, Dr. Slump, but softened them to fit the tranquil tone of Dragon Ball. He enjoyed merging the whimsical charm of his comedic roots with the quieter adventure atmosphere he was now exploring. Characters like Arale appeared as gentle nods to his past, bringing a soft familiarity to the new journey. Toriyama believed that creativity should flow naturally across his stories, allowing playful ideas to return whenever they felt right. This peaceful blending of styles helped Dragon Ball develop a warm, recognizable identity while retaining a relaxed, dreamlike spirit. Fact 17: Chi-Chi's early design held a blend of youthful innocence and gentle determination. Toriyama wished for her to feel like a quiet spark in the story, someone whose presence carried warmth, sincerity, and a subtle strength. Her outfit, inspired by soft traditional motifs, created a serene contrast against the series' playful landscapes. Although her role in the earliest chapters was small, she left a tender impression through her earnestness and simple honesty. Toriyama crafted her character with affection, imagining her as someone who thrived in peaceful moments, offering a glimpse of stability and heartfelt emotion in the world's unfolding adventure. Fact 18: The Ox King was drawn with imposing size, yet his personality was shaped with surprising gentleness. Toriyama enjoyed creating characters who challenged expectations, blending large, bold silhouettes with warm, fatherly energy. The Ox King's home, framed by soft mountains and drifting clouds, was meant to feel peaceful despite its grand scale. His bond with Chi-Chi added a layer of tender affection, grounding the story in quiet family themes. Even in scenes where he appeared loud or exaggerated, Toriyama ensured he remained approachable, embodying the comforting reminder that kindness often rests beneath surfaces that seem intimidating at first glance. Fact 19: Toriyama's approach to naming characters was playful and calm, guided by simple associations that made him smile. Many early characters received names connected to foods or objects, a gentle tradition that kept the story light. This whimsical style helped maintain the serene atmosphere of Dragon Ball's beginnings, as names carried no heavy symbolism, just soft humor. Toriyama believed that names should feel natural, easy to say, and pleasantly familiar. This simple naming philosophy became a subtle foundation of the series' charm, contributing to its peaceful tone and helping readers feel at home in a world shaped by warm, joyful imagination. Fact 20: The early Dragon Ball landscapes were hand drawn with a sense of calm spaciousness, wide skies, soft hills, winding rivers that moved like gentle thoughts. Toriyama preferred environments that breathed, allowing scenes to feel open and unhurried. This gave readers room to wander visually, settling into the world's tranquility. He often mentioned enjoying the process of drawing remote places, untouched by noise or crowds. These quiet settings became essential to the series' identity, creating a soft backdrop that supported both adventure and rest. Even later, when the story grew larger, those peaceful early landscapes remained some of its most cherished imagery. Fact 21: Akira Toriyama's drafting process for early Dragon Ball chapters was intentionally simple and calm. He often worked in quiet spaces, allowing ideas to drift gently rather than forcing them into place. Toriyama preferred spontaneity over rigid planning, sketching scenes that felt natural rather than predetermined. This peaceful approach helped the manga maintain its light, wandering rhythm. He once mentioned that he enjoyed watching the story reveal itself as he drew, as though he were discovering it alongside the readers. That gentle, intuitive method contributed to the series' warm atmosphere, giving each chapter a sense of effortless, relaxed creativity. Facta 22: weekly serialization in Shonen Jump required a steady pace, but Toriyama found comfort in the routine. Even though deadlines were tight, he approached his work with a calm acceptance, focusing on small steps rather than the big picture. He believed that as long as each page carried sincerity, the story would grow softly and naturally. This mindset allowed him to avoid stress whenever possible, shaping Dragon Ball into a series that never lost its gentle core despite its sweeping scale. The quiet dedication behind those weekly pages became one of the series' hidden sources of warmth and stability. Fact 23: in its earliest chapters, Dragon Ball blended adventure and comedy with a peaceful rhythm inspired by classic travel tales. Toriyama enjoyed stories where characters simply moved through the world, meeting strangers and discovering small wonders. He wanted readers to feel the calm pleasure of wandering, like strolling through a sunlit countryside. Each stop along Goku and Bulma's journey was crafted to feel distinct yet gentle, offering soft shifts in scenery rather than jarring transitions. This quiet progression created a soothing narrative flow that made early Dragon Ball feel like a gentle dream, drifting from place to place. Fact 24: Toriyama's world building relied heavily on intuition rather than detailed planning. If an idea felt right, he added it without worrying about how it fit into a larger structure. This gave the world a playful freedom. Dinosaurs, robots, ancient ruins, and futuristic capsules could coexist without explanation. Toriyama believed that imagination worked best when unrestrained, allowing him to create settings that felt whimsical and quietly surprising. This spontaneous approach helped Dragon Ball maintain a soothing unpredictability, where each new location felt like a soft breath of fresh air, expanding the world gently, rather than through dramatic narrative shifts. Fact 25: the gentle blending of Eastern and Western influences in Dragon Ball was not deliberate. It simply emerged from Toriyama's natural interests. He loved martial arts films, ancient myths, and Western science fiction, and all of these inspirations drifted quietly into the series. Instead of choosing one direction, he allowed them to merge softly, forming a world that felt both familiar and new. This seamless mixture created a comforting atmosphere where technology and tradition stood side by side. Toriyama's relaxed approach to cultural blending gave Dragon Ball its unique charm, a world shaped not by rules, but by gentle curiosity. Fact 26: the early manga's pacing was intentionally slow and spacious, giving readers time to absorb each moment. Toriyama favored wide, panels showing peaceful scenery, mountains rising softly in the distance, rivers curling through quiet valleys, clouds drifting across gentle skies. These panels were more than decoration. They created pauses, inviting a breath between scenes. This contemplative pacing became a defining trait of early Dragon Ball, giving readers a sense of wandering through a living world. It also shaped the emotional tone of the series, reminding them that even within adventure, there is room for stillness and simple beauty. Fact 27: Toriyama's use of sound effects in the manga was meant to feel soft and natural, blending into the world rather than dominating it. Many early sound cues were gentle or playful, reflecting the story's light mood. Even action moments used effects that felt round and calm, rather than sharp or aggressive. Toriyama believed that sound design in manga should complement the atmosphere, not disrupt it. These careful choices helped maintain a soothing narrative flow, ensuring that each page carried the same quiet energy that defined the world. The subtlety of these sounds added to the manga's dreamlike charm. Fact 28. Animals in early Dragon Ball played a small but meaningful role in creating a sense of warmth and whimsy. Toriyama often included gentle creatures, turtles, dinosaurs, fish, and talking animals, simply because they made him smile. He enjoyed the idea of a world where every corner held something soft or unexpected. These animals added quiet texture to the landscape, making each environment feel alive in a gentle, comforting way. Toriyama's affection for simple, friendly designs ensured that even background creatures contributed to the peaceful, welcoming spirit of the series, turning the world into a place where wonder felt natural. Fact 29. The early manga's humor was shaped by Toriyama's belief that laughter should feel effortless. He preferred light, situational comedy over exaggerated reactions, crafting jokes that drifted into scenes rather than interrupting them. This subtle humor gave Dragon Ball its gentle charm, allowing readers to smile without feeling jolted from the story's quiet rhythm. Toriyama's comedic style often relied on timing, small pauses, soft misunderstandings, or simple visual surprises. These moments helped maintain the story's peaceful tone, reminding readers that even in a world of adventure, joy could appear softly, like a warm breeze passing through a tranquil afternoon. Fact 30. Toriyama's early editors encouraged him to explore adventure themes, but they also respected his natural inclination toward gentleness. Together, they shaped the tone of Dragon Ball by blending light-hearted action with serene pacing. Toriyama's editor at the time, Kazuhiko Torishima, offered guidance without pushing the story into intensity, allowing its soft heart to remain intact. Their collaboration created a balance between playful curiosity and quiet storytelling, forming the tone that defined the earliest chapters. This cooperative, relaxed creative process supported the world's foundation, helping Dragon Ball grow from a simple journey into a beloved, comforting classic. Fact 31. Goku's earliest personality was shaped around the idea of a child who carried no burden, someone who wandered through life with open wonder, gentle curiosity, and a heart untouched by worry. Toriyama wanted him to feel like a soft light moving through each scene, bringing warmth simply by existing. His innocence was inspired by classic folktale heroes who learned about the world through small discoveries instead of dramatic trials. This peaceful nature allowed Goku to grow steadily without losing his gentle essence. Even as the series expanded, traces of that early purity remained like quiet echoes of his beginnings. Fact 32. Goku's signature hairstyle was designed with simplicity and fluidity in mind. Toriyama preferred shapes that were easy to draw repeatedly, yet visually distinct, and Goku's hair became a gentle balance of both. Its soft spikes created a sense of movement, as though lightly brushed by a mountain breeze. The silhouette became iconic because it felt playful, airy, and instantly recognizable. Toriyama mentioned that he liked drawing hairstyles with clear outlines, and Goku's design emerged naturally from this preference. Over time, The style became a quiet symbol of the character's spirit, uncomplicated, bright, and full of soft, youthful energy. Fact 33. Goku's outfit in the early chapters was inspired by traditional martial arts clothing, chosen for its simple, peaceful silhouette. Toriyama wanted something that felt timeless and comfortable, something that moved naturally with Goku's carefree personality. The soft folds and loose fit reflected the unhurried pace of his early adventures, creating a visual harmony between the character and the world around him. The orange hue, later associated with his attire, emerged gradually, offering a warm, gentle brightness that suited his kind hearted nature. His clothing never felt heavy or imposing. It was designed to echo his light, wandering spirit. Fact 34. Toriyama shaped Goku's kind personality from a deep fondness for characters who radiated warmth without effort. He believed innocence could be quietly powerful, creating space for gentle humor and heartfelt moments. Goku's trusting nature encouraged peaceful interactions, allowing scenes to unfold in soft, friendly rhythms. Toriyama often wrote Goku as someone who welcomed the world with open arms, never rushing, never judging. This gentle approach made Goku feel refreshingly calm, especially in a genre often filled with intensity. His character reminded readers that strength could coexist with tenderness, offering a soothing presence throughout the story's early pages. Fact 35. Goku's connection to nature was intentionally woven into the early narrative, reflecting themes Toriyama found soothing. Living alone in the mountains, Goku grew up surrounded by quiet forests, flowing streams, and gentle wildlife. These surroundings shaped his calm resilience and simple joys. Nature provided him with comfort, guidance, and a sense of belonging long before he discovered the broader world. Toriyama enjoyed the idea of a protagonist who came from a place untouched by noise, carrying the serenity of mountains wherever he went. This natural harmony grounded Goku's gentle demeanor, adding peaceful depth to his character. Fact 36. As the story expanded, Goku's gentle spirit remained the core of his evolution. Toriyama allowed him to grow slowly, shaped not by dramatic revelations, but by small, heartfelt experiences, friendships, quiet lessons, and moments of reflection. This gradual development kept Goku's journey feeling warm and human, even as his world widened. Toriyama believed growth should feel organic, like the soft unfolding of leaves in spring. Goku's character embodied this idea perfectly, evolving without losing the innocence that defined him. His strength was never meant to overshadow his heart. Instead, it grew beside it, balanced and calm. Fact 37. The inspiration behind Goku's tail came directly from Sun Wukong, yet Toriyama used it in soft, playful ways rather than dramatic ones. The tail added a whimsical charm, creating moments of gentle humor and subtle mystery. It also highlighted Goku's connection to something beyond ordinary human life, though this idea was introduced lightly, without urgency. Toriyama enjoyed letting the tail serve as both a character detail and a symbol of Goku's unique identity. It moved with a quiet rhythm, adding a touch of mythic softness to his design and contributing to the gentle magic of the early chapters. Fact 38. Goku's naive interpretations of everyday situations were intentionally written to evoke warmth rather than comedy alone. Toriyama wanted readers to experience the world through Goku's innocent eyes, seeing ordinary things transformed into small wonders. This perspective created many tender moments where simple objects or customs became gentle discoveries. Toriyama's fondness for characters who learned through curiosity shaped Goku into a figure who moved naturally through unfamiliar experiences. His misunderstandings were never meant to embarrass him. They simply revealed the softness of a child exploring a vast, welcoming world. This gentle viewpoint deepened the story's emotional calm. Fact 39: Goku's early interactions with other characters emphasized connection rather than confrontation. Toriyama wrote scenes where Goku's sincerity disarmed those around him, turning potential tension into quiet friendship. His openness encouraged others to relax, creating an atmosphere of peace, even in moments that could have grown dramatic. Toriyama believed that relationships built on warmth and trust created richer storytelling than conflict alone. This belief shaped Goku's earliest bonds, making his world feel kind and inviting. Through his simple generosity, Goku became a gentle reminder that companionship can grow softly, like a candle lighting another candle without losing its glow. Fact 40: Toriyama often mentioned that Goku was one of the easiest characters for him to write because of his pure hearted simplicity. This clarity allowed Goku's evolution to remain consistent, flowing gently even as the narrative expanded. Toriyama felt that Goku represented unburdened joy, a character who embraced life with honest curiosity. This purity made him a stable center for the story, grounding every new development in a familiar warmth. As Dragon Ball grew more complex, Goku remained unchanged in essence, a quiet soul who saw the world with open wonder. His steady spirit became the peaceful thread tying the entire series together. Fact 41: The early themes of Dragon Ball were intentionally light and comforting, shaped around ideas of exploration, friendship, and gentle discovery. Toriyama wanted readers to feel as though they were wandering beside the characters, sharing in their quiet joys rather than witnessing heavy drama. The story emphasized curiosity over conflict, allowing each chapter to unfold with the softness of a small adventure. Toriyama believed that a world built on simple kindness could create a soothing space for readers, giving them room to breathe and dream. These foundational themes helped the series maintain a warm, inviting spirit from the beginning. Fact 42: The whimsical geography of Dragon Ball, from soft rolling hills to vast oceans and peaceful cloud filled skies, was designed to evoke a sense of childlike wonder. Toriyama preferred landscapes that felt comforting rather than imposing, places that seemed touched by gentle imagination. He blended natural beauty with subtle fantasy, creating a world that felt both familiar and dreamlike. Every mountain and forest held a quiet charm, inviting readers to pause and absorb the calm around them. This tender approach to world building made the environments feel like characters themselves, shaping the emotional rhythm of the story with steady, soothing presence. Fact 43: Toriyama's playful approach to mixing eras, ancient temples beside futuristic cities, was meant to create a soft sense of timelessness. He enjoyed the idea of a world that didn't need strict rules to function, where old and new coexisted peacefully. This gentle blend allowed the narrative to move freely, never bound by historical limitations. Toriyama wanted the world to feel open and imaginative, a place where anything could appear without disrupting the serene tone. The result was a setting that drifted gracefully between traditions and inventions, creating a comforting harmony that became one of the series' most beloved qualities. Fact 44: Transportation in the Dragon Ball world such as the flying Nimbus and capsule vehicles, was conceived with the intention of maintaining a soft, airy feeling. Toriyama wanted travel to feel effortless, almost like drifting through a dream. The flying Nimbus especially symbolized purity and lightness, carrying characters gently across wide skies. Capsule machines, with their rounded designs and simple transformations, added a sense of playful wonder. These methods of travel prevented the world from feeling heavy or grounded, allowing movement to flow with peaceful rhythm. Toriyama believed transportation should contribute to the series' atmosphere, not distract from its calm heart. Fact 45. Food played a quiet but meaningful role in shaping the warmth of Dragon Ball. Toriyama often included scenes of shared meals to create moments of comfort, grounding the characters in simple joys. Goku's enthusiastic appetite brought a playful innocence to these scenes, reminding readers of the pleasure found in everyday rituals. Meals served as gentle pauses in the journey, offering space for connection and reflection. Toriyama enjoyed drawing food because it felt relatable and warm, turning the story into a place where nourishment was not just physical, but emotional, reinforcing the series' underlying themes of companionships and simplicity. Fact 46. Weather in Dragon Ball was often depicted with a soft, tranquil touch. Toriyama used gentle sunlight, drifting clouds, and clear skies to create an atmosphere of peace. Even storms were drawn with rounded shapes and light shading, preventing them from feeling harsh. He believed that weather helped determine the emotional tone of a scene, and he favored conditions that supported the story's soothing rhythm. This careful attention to atmosphere gave the manga a dreamlike quality, inviting readers to feel as though they were resting within the world rather than merely observing it. Each breeze and shadow added quiet harmony. Fact 47. Animals and creatures in Dragon Ball were intentionally friendly in design, even when large or unusual. Toriyama believed the world should feel welcoming, so he avoided creating beings that seemed threatening. Dinosaurs grazed calmly, sea creatures glided peacefully, and talking animals blended effortlessly into daily life. These gentle beings added richness to the environment, turning every corner into a place of wonder rather than danger. Toriyama's affection for soft, rounded shapes influenced their appearance, ensuring that even fantastical creatures radiated warmth. Their presence helped maintain the serene atmosphere that defined the early chapters of the series. Fact 48. The theme of self improvement appears throughout Dragon Ball, but in its earliest form, it was expressed quietly and gently. Goku's growth was not about surpassing others, but about discovering his own potential through simple practice and curiosity. Toriyama wrote improvement as a natural process, like a calm river slowly deepening its course over time. This gentle approach made the idea of training feel peaceful rather than intense. Readers were encouraged to see progress as something patient and fulfilling. These early depictions of growth laid the foundation for one of the series' most enduring emotional threads. Fact 49. Friendship in Dragon Ball was written as a soft, organic bond that developed through shared experiences rather than dramatic declarations. Toriyama valued the natural closeness that emerges when characters spend time together, helping one another in small ways. This gentle approach made early relationships feel authentic and comforting. Characters became connected through laughter, travel, and quiet moments of understanding. Toriyama believed that companionship should feel unforced, like sunlight gradually warming a landscape. These friendships became the emotional heartbeat of the story, shaping the world with warmth and reminding readers of the quiet power of connection. Fact 50: Toriyama's decision to include the Dragon Balls as objects that grant wishes was rooted in simplicity and calm storytelling. He didn't want the narrative to revolve around tension, but around gentle exploration. The Dragon Balls served as a peaceful guiding thread, encouraging characters to wander and learn rather than chase conflict. Their glowing spheres carried a sense of quiet magic, offering hope without urgency. Toriyama liked the idea of a mythic element that felt serene instead of dramatic. This balance allowed the world to remain bright, tender, and full of possibility, shaping the early atmosphere with soft wonder. Fact 51: Krillin's introduction brought a gentle balance to Goku's early journey. Though their relationship began with playful rivalry, Toriyama shaped Krillin with a softness that allowed friendship to bloom naturally. He wanted Krillin to represent the quiet determination of someone who grows through steady effort rather than sudden leaps. Krillin's design, small and simple, reflected humility and approachability. His early training with Goku was filled with warm humor and shared experiences that deepened their bond. Over time, Krillin became a symbol of loyalty and gentle courage, reminding readers that strength can arise quietly from the heart rather than loud displays. Fact 52: Launch, a unique character with two contrasting personalities, was born from Toriyama's love for playful surprises. Yet even her more volatile side was drawn with rounded lines and gentle exaggeration, ensuring she never disrupted the story's calm tone. Her softer personality embodied serenity, kind, quiet, and almost drifting through scenes like a breeze. Toriyama enjoyed exploring the contrast, but he always maintained a peaceful balance, allowing humor to flow without harshness. Launch's presence added light unpredictability, but never intensity, contributing to the early world's dreamlike rhythm while offering moments of warmth, charm, and soft comedic mystery. Fact 53: Tien Shinhan began as a more serious character, yet even his early sternness was shaped with a calm undercurrent. Toriyama wanted him to feel disciplined rather than harsh, guided by a quiet internal focus. His design was clean and minimal, reflecting a sense of inward stillness. As Tien's story unfolded, he gradually softened, revealing sincerity beneath his reserved exterior. Toriyama favored character arcs that moved like gentle tides, allowing emotional shifts to appear naturally. Tien's evolution from isolation to quiet companionship added depth to the story, showing how even the most guarded hearts can open slowly, peacefully, over time. Fact 54: Chiaotzu's design came from Toriyama's fondness for simple, doll-like characters. His small stature and round features were meant to evoke innocence, giving him a soft, gentle presence. Toriyama enjoyed adding characters who brought a whisper of charm into scenes, and Chiaotzu served this role beautifully. His quiet loyalty to Tien and his subtle, playful interactions created moments of tranquility. Even his abilities were portrayed with delicate touches, avoiding intensity. Chiaotzu helped maintain the story's calm emotional texture, offering a gentle reminder that companionship can come in many forms, each adding its own warmth to the journey. Fact 55: Yajirobe's character was introduced to bring a different kind of quiet energy to the story. Toriyama enjoyed creating figures who felt grounded and unhurried, and Yajirobe's laid back nature reflected this perfectly. Though often reluctant to engage in conflict, his presence added a layer of earthy calm. His lifestyle, simple, solitary, and guided by basic comforts, contrasted with the more energetic characters, offering a peaceful counterbalance. Toriyama shaped Yajirobe with humor that was subtle and slow paced, ensuring he blended gently into the atmosphere. His interactions carried a unique charm rooted in simplicity, restfulness, and understated sincerity. Fact 56: Kami's introduction expanded the spiritual depth of the world, yet Toriyama presented him with a sense of peaceful authority rather than intensity. Kami's quiet voice, calm posture, and gentle wisdom shaped the story with a soothing, reflective energy. His design, tall, serene, and composed, embodied tranquility. Toriyama wanted divine figures in Dragon Ball to feel approachable, like guides, rather than distant beings. Kami's presence encouraged introspection, offering Goku and others a chance to grow through quiet understanding. His role brought a soft, spiritual layer to the narrative, reminding readers that enlightenment often comes from stillness rather than dramatic revelation. Fact 57: Mr. Popo was created to embody a calm, grounding presence within Kami's sanctuary. Toriyama designed him with smooth, rounded features to emphasize warmth and approachability. His gentle movements and quiet speech contributed to the serene atmosphere of the lookout, making the location feel like a place of rest. Mr. Popo guided characters with patience, offering help through soft gestures rather than instruction. Toriyama wanted his presence to evoke comfort, as though he were a guardian of peace rather than power. This gentle characterization deepened the story's spiritual calm, adding quiet harmony to a significant part of the world. Fact 58: King Yema, despite overseeing the otherworldly realm, was drawn with a playful softness that prevented his role from feeling intimidating. Toriyama often balanced grand concepts with gentle humor, and King Yema's large desk, calm demeanor, and orderly surroundings reflected this intention. He functioned more like a peaceful bureaucrat than a stern judge, offering the afterlife a sense of structure without heaviness. Toriyama believed that even powerful figures could be portrayed with warmth, helping maintain the series' soothing tone. King Yema's presence blended cosmic ideas with everyday simplicity, creating a comforting approach to the realm beyond life. Fact 59: Baba, the fortune teller, brought whimsical magic to the story. Toriyama designed her with an elderly charm that felt harmless and sweet, giving her supernatural abilities a gentle tone. Her scenes were filled with small surprises rather than dramatic tension, and her floating crystal ball added dreamlike imagery to the world. Toriyama enjoyed characters who embodied soft mystery, figures who felt more enchanting than threatening. Baba's role allowed the story to explore the mystical without disrupting its calm foundation, turning magic into something delicate and inviting, like a faint glow drifting across a quiet night. Fact 60: Korin's Tower introduced a subtle spiritual softness to the series, and Korin himself embodied tranquility. Toriyama envisioned Korin as a wise, cat-like sage whose movements were slow and deliberate, reflecting years of peaceful reflection. His tower, stretching quietly into the sky, symbolized patience and inner growth. The training he offered was calm and measured, rooted in self-awareness rather than exertion. Toriyama wanted Korin's presence to feel like a gentle pause in the story, a place where characters could rest, breathe, and discover strength within stillness. Korin's gentle guidance added a soothing depth to Dragon Ball's evolving world. Fact 61. The foundation of Saiyan lore began softly, without the dramatic depth it later grew into. Toriyama originally introduced Goku's origins with a light touch, treating the revelation as a gentle surprise rather than a heavy twist. He wanted Goku's alien heritage to feel like another layer of wonder rather than a shift in tone. The early hints about the Saiyan race were simple and unburdened, shaped more by curiosity than conflict. Toriyama believed that expanding the world should feel natural, like a quiet door opening to reveal a broader sky, allowing readers to absorb the new lore peacefully. Fact 62. When Toriyama designed the Saiyan race, he imagined them with traits that balanced strength and simplicity. The concept of a warrior people was softened through Goku's gentle nature, creating a contrast that made the lore feel approachable. Rather than depicting the Saiyans as harsh or violent, Toriyama allowed their characteristics to be understood gradually through small details. Their physical features, dark hair, expressive eyes, and distinctive tails were drawn with smooth lines, avoiding intimidating designs. This approach ensured that the lore blended seamlessly into the existing world, adding depth without disrupting the story's peaceful essence. Fact 63. Goku's transformation into a great ape introduced a quiet sense of mythic wonder to his character. Toriyama based the form loosely on ancient folklore, yet he presented it with gentle mystery rather than fear. The moonlit transformation symbolized dormant potential wrapped in soft, lunar imagery. Toriyama enjoyed using celestial elements to create tranquil atmosphere, and the full moon's glow played beautifully into this theme. Though the great ape form carried immense power, its portrayal remained dreamlike, emphasizing awe over destruction. This mystical transformation added a layer of gentle symbolism to Goku's heritage, deepening the Saiyan lore softly. Fact 64. Raditz, the first Saiyan to appear besides Goku, was introduced with a design that blended strength and quiet simplicity. Toriyama avoided overly harsh lines, choosing smooth shapes that kept the character aligned with the series' gentle visual tone. Raditz's role was to reveal Goku's origins, but Toriyama still grounded him in a calm, steady presence, allowing the lore to unfold gradually. Even though Raditz brought new information, his introduction was framed more as a revelation of identity than a dramatic shift. Toriyama's aim was to expand the world softly, letting readers absorb new layers at an easy pace. Fact 65. The concept of Saiyan tales served multiple roles: symbolism, design flair, and gentle storytelling device. Toriyama appreciated small details that hinted at deeper origins without requiring explanation. The tale connected Goku to nature, mythology, and the moon, offering subtle continuity throughout the early lore. It also added soft humor, as Goku's tale often created playful moments. Toriyama enjoyed the visual uniqueness the tale brought, marking Saiyans as distinct, yet not intimidating. This simple feature helped shape the race's identity, giving the lore a quiet richness that grew naturally over time, without rushing into heavy exposition. Fact skills. Toriyama introduced the concept of Saiyan battle armor as a soft nod to science fiction, blending futuristic design with rounded, gentle shapes. The armor was intentionally smooth rather than sharp, maintaining the series' calm visual identity. He wanted the equipment to feel functional, yet simple, avoiding overly mechanical details. The soft color palette and flexible appearance made the armor appear almost organic, aligning with the peaceful tone even within the lore's expansion. This design choice allowed the Saiyan world to feel advanced without becoming harsh, creating a technology that fit quietly into Dragon Ball's imaginative landscape. Fact 67. The idea that Saiyans grew stronger after recovering from injury was introduced with subtlety, framed more as a curious trait than a dramatic advantage. Toriyama enjoyed imagining biological quirks that felt almost whimsical, even when tied to strength. The concept reflected natural resilience rather than aggression, giving the race an interesting layer of depth. Toriyama preferred lore that contributed gently to the world's richness, and this trait aligned with that philosophy. It allowed science to evolve through experience rather than force, reinforcing the idea that growth, like healing, can be a quiet, transformative process shaped by time and endurance. Fact 68. King Vegeta's design embodied a calm sense of regality rather than imposing authority. Toriyama shaped him to appear proud yet composed, reflecting leadership without aggression. His attire featured simple, flowing lines that suggested nobility in a gentle, understated way. Toriyama wanted the Saiyan monarchy to feel structured, but not harsh, allowing the lore to retain its soft edges. King Vegeta served as a quiet anchor within the Saiyan backstory, offering a glimpse into their society with dignity rather than intensity. His presence added emotional subtlety to the lore, grounding the race's origins in quiet cultural depth. Fact 69. Planet Vegeta, home of the Saiyans, was created with a balance of harsh environment and serene world building. Toriyama imagined it as a rugged landscape, softened by simple architecture and open skies. Though the planet held a warrior race, its design remained visually calm, using smooth structures and gentle color palettes. Toriyama wanted the setting to feel imaginative rather than intimidating, emphasizing atmosphere over severity. This subtle world building allowed Saiyan lore to expand without overshadowing the rest of the story, offering readers a peaceful glimpse into a distant world shaped by quiet resilience and understated grandeur. Fact 70. Toriyama introduced the idea of science being sent to other planets with gentle simplicity, treating it as a practical custom rather than a dramatic ritual. The small pods used for travel were designed with smooth, rounded forms, reinforcing the series' soft technological style. This lore element helped explain Goku's presence on Earth in a calm, natural way. Toriyama liked storytelling, that connected pieces gradually, allowing revelations to feel like soft realizations rather than shocks. The idea of Saiyan children drifting through space carried a quiet melancholy, adding emotional depth without disrupting the series' peaceful foundation. Fact 71. The idea of transformations in Dragon Ball began gently, not as dramatic power shifts, but as extensions of existing lore. Toriyama first approached transformation as a natural evolution of a character's inner potential, like a quiet awakening. He wanted these moments to feel wondrous rather than overwhelming, using them to deepen the sense of mystery surrounding Saiyan heritage. Although transformations later became iconic, their earliest conception was soft and understated, emerging from Toriyama's curiosity rather than intensity. He believed that change, even powerful change, could unfold like dawn, gradual and glowing, and filled with quiet emotional resonance instead of explosive spectacle. Fact 72. The concept of increased power through transformation was influenced by Toriyama's playful interest in visual contrast. He wanted a form that looked familiar, yet subtly enhanced, maintaining the calm shape of the original design. Early ideas focused on slight adjustments rather than sharp alterations. Toriyama believed that even simple visual shifts could carry emotional weight when paired with gentle storytelling. He approached transformation as a peaceful metaphor for growth rather than a sudden surge. This understated philosophy shaped the foundation for what would eventually grow into one of the most iconic elements in Dragon Ball, grounded in softness at its root. Fact 73. Before the famous golden form existed, Toriyama imagined various small transformations that hinted at greater possibilities. These early ideas were light in tone, more whimsical than intense. He saw transformation as a way to express inner qualities, determination, purity, and calm resolve. These early concepts were drawn with simple lines, gentle proportions, and a serene sense of expansion. Toriyama enjoyed the idea that characters could shift subtly, like a breeze changing direction. Even though these initial designs were never used directly, they shaped the soft, emotional groundwork that made later transformations feel meaningful rather than purely dramatic. Fact 74. Toriyama's approach to transformation design emphasized clarity and calmness over complexity. He believed readers should feel a peaceful sense of recognition rather than confusion, so he avoided adding too many intricate details. The transformed appearance needed to feel like a natural extension of the character, something intuitive, almost soothing. Toriyama trusted simple silhouette changes, subtle glow effects, and gentle shifts in expression to carry the emotional tone. This minimalist philosophy later helped transformations stand out powerfully without abandoning the serene visual language of the series, becoming memorable because of their elegant stillness rather than overwhelming ornamentation. Fact 75. The gentle idea of unlocking inner strength was one of Toriyama's favorite themes, and it influenced the emotional tone of transformations. He didn't view strength as something external, but as a quiet light already within the character, waiting to be realized. This belief guided the earliest depictions of transformation, where characters reached new stages not through aggression, but through clarity, growth, or heartfelt resolve. Toriyama wanted readers to feel that transformation symbolized personal awakening, soft, flowing, and deeply human. This emotional foundation helped later transformations carry warmth and meaning, grounded in the calm origins of the concept. Fact 76. Toriyama often described transformations as moments of recognition where a character becomes more in tune with their own nature. He imagined these shifts as reflective states rather than bursts of energy. The aura surrounding transformed characters was drawn with soft, flowing lines like light drifting gently across water. He wanted the atmosphere around transformations to evoke a peaceful glow, conveying an inner harmony. Even when the visuals became more striking over time, the original intention remained transformation as a serene expression of self discovery. This quiet philosophy shaped the emotional texture of the series' most iconic moments. Fact 77. When designing early transformation auras, Toriyama preferred soft gradients and round shapes to maintain the gentle atmosphere of the manga. He experimented with light halos, shimmering outlines, and subtle sparkles that felt peaceful rather than explosive. He believed that energy could appear calm, like warmth radiating outward. Those early artistic choices created the visual language that later defined Dragon Ball's transformation scenes. Even as animation added motion and sound, the original essence, a soft glow representing inner elevation, remained present. Toriyama's commitment to gentleness ensured that transformations, despite their significance, never broke the series' dreamlike emotional rhythm. Fact 78. The emotional impact of transformation in Dragon Ball grew from Toriyama's understanding that readers connected deeply with moments of quiet realization. He structured early transformation scenes to include pauses, soft breaths, lingering expressions, gentle shifts in posture. These small moments invited readers to reflect alongside the characters. Transformation wasn't just physical change, it was a calm gathering of intention. Toriyama believed that silence could be just as powerful as action. This philosophy shaped the heart of transformation scenes, making them feel intimate and personal, grounded in stillness before movement, turning each transformation into a moment of gentle awakening. Fact 79. Toriyama tended to reveal transformation concepts gradually, adding small hints before fully introducing them. He enjoyed letting readers sense that something was coming, like a soft breeze signaling a shift in weather. These hints were subtle, slight changes in aura, quiet comments from characters, or gentle foreshadowing in expressions. The slow build made transformations feel natural, as though they emerged from deep within the narrative rather than appearing suddenly. Toriyama wanted the lore to expand with the rhythm of unfolding petals, letting each new form bloom gently before the reader's eyes. This approach preserved the story's soft emotional tone. The creativity behind transformations was shaped by Toriyama's desire for visual harmony. He believed each form should echo the character's essence, maintaining the same peaceful foundation. He avoided creating forms that felt too distant from the originals, preferring gentle evolutions over dramatic departures. This artistic philosophy helped transformations feel familiar and comforting, even when significant. Toriyama liked the idea that true growth doesn't replace what came before, it enriches it. This subtle guiding principle shaped every early transformation concept, allowing new forms to blend seamlessly into the world and carry the same warm, dreamlike presence that defined Dragon Ball. Fact 81. When Dragon Ball transitioned from manga to anime, the animation team approached the process with a gentle respect for Toriyama's serene storytelling style. They focused on preserving the soft pacing, the open landscapes, and the warm humor that defined the early chapters. Background artists painted wide skies, rolling hills, and peaceful forests with tender brushstrokes, ensuring the world felt as calm and inviting as it did on the page. The team believed that the anime should carry the same tranquil heart as the manga, letting the story unfold with slow breaths and natural rhythm, never rushing its quiet magic. Fact 82. The early anime favored soft, airy color palettes to capture Toriyama's dreamlike world. Artists used gentle blues, warm greens, and light earth tones to evoke a sense of calm throughout each scene. Even action moments were framed with rounded shadows and subtle lighting to maintain the peaceful tone. The color stylists carefully avoided harsh contrasts, believing that visual harmony helped viewers relax into the story. This thoughtful approach brought a delicate warmth to the series, turning each episode into a drifting, tranquil experience. The softness of the palette became a quiet, emotional thread that held the adaptation together. Fact 83. The pacing of the early episodes embraced stillness, allowing viewers to linger on scenery, expressions, and gentle glimpses of daily life. Animators often extended small moments, wind brushing through trees, soft footsteps along a path, or quiet exchanges between characters. These pauses were intentional, designed to give the anime space to breathe. Toriyama's world was filled with serenity, and the animation team honored that by letting silence speak. This slow, soothing rhythm encouraged viewers to settle into the episode like a bedtime story where the atmosphere mattered as much as the narrative unfolding across the screen. Fact 84. Music played a tender role in shaping the anime's calming essence. Composer Shunsuke Kikuchi created melodies that drifted gently, using soft percussion, light strings, and warm woodwinds to evoke a peaceful mood. The music rarely demanded attention. Instead, it floated beneath the scenes like a quiet companion. Themes were written to feel familiar and comforting, supporting the series without overwhelming it. Kikuchi believed that sound should guide emotions subtly, like a breeze shaping leaves. His compositions added depth to tranquil moments, giving the anime a musical heartbeat that pulsed with warmth, nostalgia, and gentle rhythm. Fact 85. Voice actors approached their roles with a sensitivity that preserved the series' gentle tone. Masako Nozawa, Goku's voice actress, infused her performance with innocence and warmth, bringing his childlike wonder to life without intensity. She spoke with softness, letting emotion flow naturally through her lines. Other actors followed similar guidance, focusing on sincerity rather than force. This careful voice direction ensured that every character sounded approachable, kind, and emotionally grounded. The vocal performances helped maintain the peaceful atmosphere of the early episodes, giving the adaptation a tender human touch that complemented its serene visual world. Fact 86. The animation team paid special attention to environmental details, believing that the world itself should feel alive in a quiet, comforting way. Gentle ripples in water, drifting clouds, swaying grass, and soft glimmers of sunlight were all animated with care. These subtle touches created a sense of presence, as if nature breathed alongside the characters. The team wanted viewers to feel immersed in a world where nothing rushed, nothing pressed forward. These delicate environmental details enriched the anime's emotional landscape, turning every scene into a small moment of tranquility and grounding the story in soothing, natural imagery. Fact 87. Even comedic scenes were animated with gentle exaggeration, avoiding sharp movements or loud expressions. The early Dragon Ball anime used rounded motions, slow reactions, and soft timing to keep humor playful instead of hectic. Animators believed that comedy could be calming when handled with warmth, making each moment feel like a gentle ripple rather than a sudden jolt. This approach aligned beautifully with Toriyama's own comedic style, preserving the lightness that readers loved. The result was humor that drifted softly through each episode, adding smiles without breaking the serene rhythm woven through the show. Fact 88. The anime's backgrounds were painted with watercolor techniques to maintain a soft, dreamlike quality. Artists avoided harsh lines, preferring blends and gradients that felt like gentle breath on paper. Mountains rose in muted tones, skies dissolved into one another, and forests were rendered with quiet texture. These backgrounds gave the series a poetic visual foundation, reinforcing its tranquil identity. The world appeared as though it were always slightly glowing, as if lit from within by peaceful energy. This soft artistry became one of the anime's signature charms, supporting its calming atmosphere with every brushstroke. But 89. Character movement in the early episodes followed a philosophy of natural flow. Animators focused on smooth, relaxed motions, simple gestures, gentle reactions, and calm postures. Even during energetic scenes, transitions remained fluid, never breaking the soft, emotional tone. This style made the world feel grounded and comforting, as though everything moved with the rhythm of a quiet heartbeat. The animation team believed that maintaining this gentle flow allowed viewers to settle into the story with ease. Their dedication to subtle movement helped define the anime's peaceful identity, turning each episode into a serene visual lullaby. 90. One of the most soothing aspects of the early anime was its use of quiet moments where nothing needed to happen. Characters sat by rivers, watched sunsets, or simply breathed beneath open skies. These scenes were not filler, they were intentional pauses, designed to deepen the emotional calm of the world. The creators understood that silence could hold meaning, offering viewers space to feel at ease. These gentle interludes became memorable for their stillness, transforming Dragon Ball into more than an adventure. They made it a place where the heart could rest, even just for a moment, beneath soft twilight. Fact 91. Sound design in the early Dragon Ball anime was crafted with a soft, thoughtful approach aimed at preserving the gentle rhythm of Toriyama's world. Sound engineers favored subtle effects, light footsteps, quiet wind, and softly bubbling water to maintain the tranquil emotional tone. Even energy effects were created using rounded, airy sounds rather than sharp bursts. The team believed that audio should ease viewers into the story rather than overwhelm them. This delicate balance allowed the anime to feel soothing even during moments of movement, helping each scene flow like a peaceful current carrying the narrative gently forward. Fact 92. The background music often drifted in and out like a soft breeze, allowing silence to share equal space with melody. Composers used gentle intervals and warm instrumentation to create cues that supported the story without demanding attention. Themes were intentionally unobtrusive, wrapping scenes in a blanket of calm familiarity. The music reflected the emotional softness of the world, light percussion echoing footsteps, warm strings following calm skies, and airy flutes mirroring the drifting clouds. These careful musical decisions helped shape a soundscape that soothed the viewer, making the anime feel like a quiet dream unfolding slowly. Fact 93. The opening themes of early Dragon Ball were chosen not for intensity, but for their sense of gentle adventure. Makafushigi Adventure carried a soft, optimistic energy that mirrored the warmth of the story. Its melody flowed with simple joy, inviting listeners into a world of curiosity rather than urgency. The gentle rhythm and bright harmonies helped define the emotional atmosphere of the series, signaling that the journey ahead would be filled with lightness, discovery, and heartfelt moments. The song's nostalgic softness continues to evoke a sense of comfort, reminding fans of the serene beginnings of the franchise. By 94. Ending themes were crafted with a similarly gentle intention. Songs like Romantic Aguru Yo closed episodes with a tender, drifting emotional tone, allowing viewers to settle into a feeling of calm reflection. These endings often featured soft vocals, warm harmonies, and slow rhythms designed to soothe rather than energize. Animation paired with these songs showed quiet scenes, sunsets, soft landscapes, and still moments that encouraged deep breaths. The combination created a peaceful transition from the episode's final scene into rest, reinforcing the show's emotional gentleness and offering viewers a serene moment before the world outside reclaimed their attention. Fact 95. Ambient sound played a subtle but important role in shaping early Dragon Ball's atmosphere. Fields carried the faint hum of insects, forests whispered with leaves brushing gently in the breeze, and rivers flowed with quiet continuity. Sound designers believed these small details grounded the world in natural calm. By layering soft background audio into scenes, they created a sense of presence that felt soothing and immersive. These delicate touches enhanced the feeling that the world was alive in a peaceful way, breathing alongside the characters, offering a backdrop of quiet reassurance that followed viewers through each episode. Fact 96. One of the most recognizable musical motifs in Dragon Ball was built around gentle repetition, small, familiar patterns that created a sense of comfort. These motifs appeared throughout the series whenever characters encountered meaningful moments or peaceful transitions. The simplicity of the melodies reflected Toriyama's storytelling style, warm, approachable, and filled with soft, emotional depth. Composers believed that repetition could create a soothing rhythm, almost like a lullaby woven into the narrative. This musical identity helped anchor the series emotionally, allowing viewers to relax into each scene with the familiarity of a melody that felt like home. Fact 97. Foley artists took great care when creating the sounds of daily life in the Dragon Ball world. The clink of dishes, the gentle rustle of clothing, and the soft thud of footsteps were all crafted with quiet intention. These delicate details helped scenes feel intimate and grounded without disrupting the calm mood. Even comedic sound effects were rounded and light, avoiding sharp tones. By giving attention to the smallest sounds, the production team added warmth to everyday moments, turning simple actions into gentle sensory experiences that supported the anime's soothing emotional flow. Fact 98. Atmospheric transitions, such as fades to sky or lingering shots of nature, were accompanied by soft musical cues designed to ease viewers from one mood to the next. These transitions served as emotional breaths within the narrative, allowing time to settle between moments. Light chimes, delicate strings, or airy synth tones would rise briefly before dissolving into silence. The production team believed that pacing sound was just as important as pacing animation. These gentle transitions became a signature part of the anime's atmosphere, creating a rhythm that felt calm, continuous, and deeply comforting from scene to scene. Fact 99. Characters' emotional moments were often underscored with music that favored subtlety over intensity. Instead of dramatic swells, slow, warm melodies supported scenes of reflection or gentle connection. Toriyama's world thrived on quiet emotional beats, and the music mirrored this by holding space for tenderness. Composers believed that the audience would feel more deeply when the music invited them inward rather than pushing outward. These understated cues helped shape the show's emotional depth, reminding viewers that even small interactions or soft realizations could carry profound resonance when treated with care. Fact 100. The overall soundscape of early Dragon Ball reflected a guiding philosophy that peaceful storytelling could be enriched through gentle audio design. Every choice, from musical themes to environmental sounds, was made to nurture a sense of calm wonder. The team felt that sound should cradle the viewer, helping them drift into the world as if stepping into a quiet dream. This delicate approach created an atmosphere where curiosity and tranquility coexisted harmoniously. The result was an audio experience that shaped Dragon Ball not just as an adventure, but as a serene, comforting place to rest the heart and mind. Fact 101: Mount Paozu, Goku's childhood home, was deliberately drawn as a sanctuary of quiet beauty. Toriyama wanted a setting that felt untouched, gentle, and deeply peaceful, a place where a child could grow surrounded by stillness and soft wilderness. Wide fields, slow rivers, and distant mountains created an atmosphere of calm isolation. This serene environment shaped Goku's innocence, grounding him in nature before the world expanded around him. Toriyama believed that the landscape should feel like a cradle of tranquility, and Mount Paozu became exactly that, a quiet corner of the world where the story's gentle spirit first bloomed. Fact 102: the Kame house was created as a tiny oasis of calm, an island home resting in endless ocean, drawn with minimal lines and soft colors. Toriyama designed it to feel like a peaceful retreat, a place where time moved slowly and voices echoed lightly across the waves. Its simplicity reflected Master Roshi's unhurried lifestyle, and its remote setting gave characters space to breathe. Scenes set here often carried breezy warmth, calm tides, quiet sunsets, and gentle conversations. Toriyama wanted the Kame house to embody stillness, offering viewers a moment of rest within the vast, drifting world of Dragon Ball. Fact 103: the Capsule Corporation complex blended modern architecture with soft visual charm. Toriyama avoided harsh angles, choosing smooth curves and rounded structures that made the advanced technology feel friendly rather than intimidating. He wanted the building to radiate comfort, suggesting innovation grounded in warmth. Soft color palettes and open spaces created an atmosphere of calm futurism, scientific yet peaceful. Bulma's home became a place where creativity and serenity coexisted, reflecting her family's gentle brilliance. By shaping the Capsule Corporation this way, Toriyama introduced technology that felt welcoming, adding a soothing layer to the evolving world. Fact 104: the World Martial Arts Tournament grounds were designed to feel festive yet calm, avoiding overwhelming crowds or intense imagery. Toriyama imagined the arena as a warm gathering place filled with gentle energy, laughing spectators, soft breezes, and sunlight pooling on stone tiles. The tournament itself was portrayed not as harsh competition, but as a celebration of skill, friendship, and playful rivalry. The open air environment allowed nature to blend with the structure, creating a pleasant atmosphere. Toriyama believed that events like this should feel joyful rather than tense, shaping the tournament into a peaceful tradition rather than a dramatic battleground. Fact 105: Pilaf's castle, though filled with comedic mischief, was designed with whimsical softness. Toriyama avoided sharp, menacing lines, choosing instead rounded towers and playful proportions. The castle's quirky layout reflected Pilaf's personality, adding gentle humor rather than threat. Even darker rooms were depicted with light shading, keeping the tone airy. Toriyama imagined the castle as a place of childish plotting rather than sinister schemes. a humorous hideaway where grand ambitions unfolded with soft absurdity. This light-hearted design allowed Pilaf to remain a gentle antagonist, blending comfortably into the world's peaceful charm. 106. The Karan Tower stood as a symbol of stillness and spiritual ascent. Toriyama envisioned it as a structure that felt almost infinite, stretching quietly into the sky like a meditative breath. Its slim, smooth design reflected purity of purpose, simple, calm, and unadorned. The journey to reach it was meant to be reflective, encouraging patience rather than desperation. At the top, the serene presence of Korin deepened the tower's tranquil aura. Toriyama wanted the location to feel sacred in a gentle way, offering peace and clarity rather than intensity, becoming one of the series' most soothing spiritual landmarks. Fact 107. King Kai's small planet was created from Toriyama's fondness for humorous simplicity. Its size, tiny gravity, and minimalist design transformed the afterlife into a place of calm curiosity rather than fear. The soft grass, single tree, and quiet pathways gave the planet a peaceful charm, as if it were a pocket-sized retreat floating among the stars. Toriyama enjoyed blending cosmic themes with gentle humor, and King Kai's planet embodied that harmony. It was a serene training ground where silence, laughter, and subtle wisdom shaped growth, reinforcing the story's emotional warmth even beyond the physical world. Fact 108. The lookout, resting above the clouds, represented one of the most tranquil spaces in the Dragon Ball world. Toriyama drew it with elegant simplicity, smooth tiles, clean shapes, and open air that stretched endlessly. He wanted it to feel timeless, a place removed from noise where characters could reflect and learn. The surrounding sky acted like a soft ocean of light, creating a quiet environment for spiritual growth. The lookout became a sanctuary of peace, its design encouraging stillness and contemplation. Toriyama believed locations like this should invite calm, adding depth to the series' emotional landscape. Fact 109. Yunzabit Heights, the remote land where Goku's arrival pod was found, was imagined as a lonely but peaceful terrain. Toriyama designed it with harsh cliffs softened by wide skies, creating a sense of distant solitude rather than danger. The quiet landscape emphasized mystery without intensity, allowing the revelation of Goku's origins to feel contemplative. Toriyama liked using remote places to evoke emotional quiet, spaces where the world felt bigger, older, and softly unknown. Yunzabit Heights served this purpose beautifully, offering a silent echo of the past wrapped in windswept calm. Fact 110. The forests, oceans, deserts, and villages sprinkled throughout the Dragon Ball world were intentionally drawn with gentle variations, creating a tapestry of landscapes that felt soothing to explore. Toriyama wanted each location to offer a different flavor of calm: rustling leaves, drifting sands, quiet shores, or peaceful town squares. These environments functioned as emotional resting places between adventures, grounding the story in natural tranquility. Toriyama believed that a world should feel alive, but never overwhelming. By shaping diverse settings with softness, he created a universe that welcomed readers like a warm breeze, moving across familiar ground. Fact 111. Toriyama often described his workspace as a quiet sanctuary where ideas could drift gently into place. He preferred working in calm silence, surrounded by simple tools, paper, pens, and small figurines that inspired him softly. His studio wasn't filled with noise or urgency. Instead, It carried the serene atmosphere of a place where imagination could unfold naturally. Toriyama believed that peaceful surroundings helped him draw more freely without pressure. This calm environment shaped the tone of Dragon Ball from the beginning, allowing each line and panel to emerge with the gentle ease that defined the series' early spirit. Fact 112: the editorial meetings behind Dragon Ball were known for their warm, relaxed energy. Toriyama and his editor, Kazuhiko Torishima, often exchanged ideas in light-hearted conversations rather than structured sessions. They discussed story directions softly, letting concepts appear organically. Toriyama valued this easy communication. It allowed him to explore the world without feeling constrained. The gentle nature of their collaboration helped the series maintain its fluid, intuitive tone. Torishima encouraged Toriyama to trust his instincts, and this trust became a quiet foundation of Dragon Ball's development, guiding the manga with steady warmth rather than strict planning. Fact 113: many early story decisions were made spontaneously, with Toriyama following whichever ideas felt most natural in the moment. He often mentioned that he rarely planned far ahead. Instead, he let the story guide him like a soft current. If a character or concept brought him joy, he continued exploring it. This gentle, improvisational approach shaped Dragon Ball into a narrative that felt alive, open, and effortlessly playful. Rather than scripting large arcs in advance, Toriyama embraced the serenity of discovery, letting each chapter unfold with quiet intuition. This spontaneity gave the series its warm and dreamlike rhythm. Fact 114: Toriyama's drawing process was famously fast, yet never frantic. He worked with smooth, confident strokes, allowing muscle memory and intuition to guide each line. This fluency came from years of drawing with calm consistency. He often said that once he found a rhythm, the pages seemed to form themselves. Backgrounds, characters, and scenery emerged with gentle flow, as though he were sketching memories rather than inventing new worlds. This calm efficiency helped keep production stress low, enabling him to draw with clarity and lightness. His peaceful approach infused the artwork with its signature soft charm. Fact 115: assistants who worked with Toriyama recalled the studio atmosphere as quiet and comfortable. They described long hours filled not with tension, but with steady, peaceful focus. Toriyama encouraged a relaxed environment, allowing everyone to work at their own pace. There was little urgency or pressure, only gentle teamwork. Assistants inked backgrounds, added tones, and helped prepare pages with care. Toriyama valued their contributions deeply, believing that shared calmness produced better work. This harmonious working style helped maintain consistency across chapters, ensuring that the world of Dragon Ball retained its soothing visual identity. Fact 116: Toriyama often incorporated playful elements into the production process, sketching small doodles or lighthearted concepts between panels to keep his creativity relaxed. These tiny drawings rarely made it into the final manga, but helped him maintain a soft, joyful mindset. He believed that drawing should never feel burdensome. It should remain a source of quiet delight. This philosophy influenced the gentle humor woven throughout Dragon Ball. Moments of whimsy weren't forced. They were reflections of the peaceful joy Toriyama felt while creating. His playful spirit behind the scenes shaped the world's warmth and its soothing emotional flow. Fact 117: storyboard creation for the anime followed a similar peaceful philosophy. Directors and artists focused on preserving the manga's tranquil pacing, allowing scenes to breathe. They often extended landscapes or added gentle transitions to enhance the emotional calm. Meetings about episode structure centered around maintaining the soft rhythm rather than increasing intensity. The team worked collaboratively, sharing ideas with mutual respect and quiet enthusiasm. This thoughtful approach ensured that the adaptation remained faithful to the serene heart of Toriyama's work, allowing storyboards to function as gentle blueprints guiding each tranquil moment in the animation. Fact 118, one lesser known behind the scenes detail, is the care taken to match Toriyama's line art in the anime. Animators studied his strokes carefully, noting their lightness and rounded shapes. They practiced simplifying lines to preserve his gentle aesthetic, avoiding overly sharp angles or heavy outlines. This artistic discipline helped the anime maintain the soft emotional language of the manga. The team believed that consistency between mediums created harmony, and they approached this task with quiet dedication. Their commitment allowed the story's warmth to shine through seamlessly, creating a visual experience that felt true to Toriyama's peaceful vision. Fact 119. Producers and directors often emphasized the importance of preserving the series' atmosphere rather than focusing solely on action. They understood that Dragon Ball was rooted in wonder, exploration, and gentle humor. As a result, production meetings prioritized tone, ensuring that each episode carried the same calm emotional weight as the manga. This holistic approach encouraged the team to value softness in lighting, timing, and character expression. By centering the world's emotional tranquility, the production staff created a consistent, soothing experience that carried through hundreds of episodes, nurturing the gentle heart that fans came to love. Fact 120. Toriyama frequently expressed gratitude for the collaborative nature of Dragon Ball's production. He believed that the series thrived because everyone involved approached the work with sincerity and quiet passion. This humility shaped his interactions with staff and contributed to the peaceful culture surrounding the project. He viewed himself not as a commanding creator, but as one part of a larger, harmonious effort. This gentle leadership allowed creativity to flow freely, ensuring that Dragon Ball grew from a place of shared warmth. The collaborative serenity behind the scenes became a hidden thread woven into the fabric of the series. Fact 121. As Dragon Ball traveled across borders, its calming spirit touched audiences in ways Toriyama never expected. People around the world connected with the series not because of intensity, but because of its warmth, its soft humor, its gentle friendships, its peaceful landscapes. Viewers described the world as a comforting place they returned to during quiet evenings or difficult times. The simplicity of the early stories offered a familiar refuge, a space where adventure felt safe and soothing. This quiet emotional resonance became one of Dragon Ball's earliest forms of cultural influence, spreading calm joy far beyond Japan. Fact 122. In many countries, Dragon Ball became a shared childhood memory, something families watched together in softly lit living rooms. The gentle pacing of the early episodes made them accessible to young viewers, while adults found comfort in the warmth of the characters. This cross-generational appeal helped the series become a cultural bridge, connecting people through soft nostalgia. Fans often recall the serene pleasure of watching an episode after school, hearing the opening song drift through the room. Toriyama's calm storytelling unintentionally created a peaceful ritual for countless households, quietly shaping evening routines around the world. Fact 123: early merchandise, such as small figurines, stickers, and simple toys, carried the same gentle charm as the series. These items were designed with soft colors and rounded shapes, reflecting the warmth of Toriyama's artwork. Children treasured them, not as symbols of intensity, but as comforting objects that echoed the series' friendliness. Collecting these items became a quiet joy, a way to hold a piece of that peaceful world in one's hands. The gentle aesthetic of the merchandise contributed to the global sense that Dragon Ball was not just a story, but a warm, soothing presence in everyday life. Fact 124: fan communities formed naturally, often centered around soft discussions of favorite scenes, characters, and memories. People connected over the peaceful atmosphere of early episodes, riverside moments, calm sunsets, and gentle friendships. Even in large gatherings, conversations carried a nostalgic tenderness. Fans described the world as a place that felt safe, where the heart could rest. These communities grew quietly, built not on intensity, but on shared warmth. Toriyama's story created a sense of belonging, allowing strangers to connect through the soft emotional threads woven throughout Dragon Ball's earliest chapters. Fact 125: teachers and parents sometimes used early Dragon Ball episodes as calming material for children, appreciating the gentle humor and soft pacing. The series' tranquil tone made it suitable for quiet afternoons or moments when a peaceful atmosphere was needed. Characters treated each other with warmth, offering lessons in kindness, curiosity, and patience. Toriyama didn't create the series as educational, yet its gentle storytelling naturally encouraged positive emotional development. This unintentional influence allowed Dragon Ball to shape childhoods with softness, becoming a comforting companion in homes and classrooms alike. Fact 126: the music of early Dragon Ball found its way into global memory, serving as a quiet emotional anchor for many fans. Opening and ending themes became lullabies to some, evoking a sense of serenity from the first notes. People remembered the calming melodies as soundtracks to their childhood evenings. These songs carried the warmth of a distant sunset or a familiar breeze, reminding listeners of the gentle spirit of the series. Across countries and languages, the music became a shared emotional space, soft, nostalgic, and quietly uplifting. Fact 127: the anime's landscapes inspired artists around the world to create gentle illustrations in similar styles: wide horizons, soft hills, and dreamy cloudscapes. These scenes were often drawn as peaceful tributes rather than dynamic reinterpretations. Dragon Ball's tranquil environments encouraged a calm approach to fan art, focusing on serenity rather than action. This global artistic influence demonstrated how deeply the world resonated with people. Toriyama's simple, soothing scenery became a universal language, inspiring creators to capture the same sense of peaceful wonder. Fact 128: many fans describe the early episodes as a source of emotional comfort during difficult times. The quiet pacing, warm friendships, and soft humor provided a gentle escape from stress. Even decades later, viewers return to the first episodes to feel grounded again. Toriyama's storytelling offered a reminder that the world could still be approached with curiosity and kindness. This emotional comfort became one of Dragon Ball's most enduring impacts, an unintentional but deeply meaningful gift that continues to soothe audiences across generations. Fact 129. In some countries, Dragon Ball became a symbol of peaceful imagination, inspiring children to play outdoors, explore nature, and form friendships grounded in shared wonder. The early episodes celebrated small joys, running through fields, fishing by rivers, and training under open skies. These simple scenes encouraged young viewers to connect with the world around them in gentle, playful ways. Toriyama's emphasis on curiosity and natural beauty helped shape entire childhoods, quietly fostering a deeper appreciation for calm moments. Fact 130. As Dragon Ball spread globally, translators often took special care to preserve the gentle tone of the dialogue. Instead of emphasizing intensity, they focused on keeping conversations warm, humorous, and approachable. This careful translation allowed the series' emotional softness to remain intact across languages. Viewers from different cultures felt the same sense of tranquility, as though Toriyama's voice had traveled gently across oceans. The consistency of this tone helped the world of Dragon Ball feel universal, a calm, welcoming place shared by millions, connected through quiet storytelling. Fact 131. As Dragon Ball entered international markets, its gentle beginnings continued to ripple softly through its legacy. Even as later arcs introduced larger stakes, many fans held deep affection for the early peaceful chapters. This enduring love created a foundation for the franchise's growth, reminding audiences that the heart of Dragon Ball was never intensity, it was warmth, curiosity, and simple wonder. Toriyama's calm storytelling became a quiet thread woven through every adaptation and continuation. The legacy of these early moments shaped how new generations experienced the series, offering them the same soft sense of comfort that defined its origins. Fact 132. The early manga's dreamlike rhythm influenced how creators approached later expansions. Even as new teams contributed to the franchise, they often revisited the gentle spirit of the original chapters when shaping tone or atmosphere. This subtle return to tranquility ensured that Dragon Ball never lost its emotional foundation. Writers and artists drew inspiration from peaceful landscapes, soft humor, and warm character bonds, weaving echoes of the original world into fresh stories. These quiet influences helped maintain continuity across decades, allowing the franchise to evolve while still honoring the tender simplicity that first captured hearts around the world. Fact 133. Many creators who grew up with Dragon Ball described its early episodes as a source of calm inspiration during their childhoods. When they later worked on games, spin offs, or art pieces, they carried that soothing emotional memory into their creative process. These creators often emphasized gentle pacing, soft colors, and heartfelt character interactions, ensuring the series retained its comforting undercurrent. Toriyama's original tone, light, warm, and quietly adventurous, became an unspoken guide. The influence of these early impressions ensured that Dragon Ball continued to feel familiar and safe, even as new content introduced fresh stories and expansive worlds. Fact 134. Even merchandise from later eras carried soft echoes of the early aesthetic. Plush figures, round-edged collectibles, and gentle interpretations of characters reflected the peaceful visual language of the original chapters. Artists designing these items often studied Toriyama's early pages, noting the simplicity and softness of his lines. They believed that merchandise should feel emotionally comforting, like small pieces of a gentle world that fans could hold. This philosophy allowed the franchise's legacy to be expressed in tender, tactile ways, offering fans physical reminders of the serene beginnings that shaped their affection for Dragon Ball. Fact 135. The early atmosphere of Dragon Ball influenced how fans engaged with the series over time. Many returned to the first episodes and chapters as a form of quiet nostalgia, a way to reconnect with gentle moments from their youth. This collective emotional memory helped preserve the early tone within the franchise's broader legacy. Fans described those initial arcs as places they could revisit after long days, finding the same calming energy they remembered. This enduring relationship between readers and the early world created a cultural echo that continued to soften and enrich the series' presence across generations. Fact 136. Later adaptations, including remastered releases and anniversary editions, made special effort to preserve the soft colors and tranquil pacing of the original anime. Teams restoring the footage approached the task with care, enhancing clarity while maintaining the warmth of the early palette. They understood that the gentle blues, greens, and sunset hues held emotional significance for fans. By keeping these tones intact, they protected the calming atmosphere that defined the series' early presentation. This preservation work ensured that new viewers could experience the same quiet serenity, allowing the legacy of peaceful storytelling to continue unbroken. Fact 137. The franchise's global celebrations, anniversaries, exhibitions, and retrospectives often highlighted the early days, honoring their unique emotional softness. Displays featured tranquil illustrations, behind the scenes sketches, and warm commentary on the origins of characters and locations. Organizers recognized that the charm of early Dragon Ball lay not in intensity, but in gentleness. These events invited fans to reflect on the quiet foundations that shaped the series, treating them as treasured memories rather than mere history. Through these thoughtful tributes, the early world of Dragon Ball continued to resonate, standing as a peaceful cornerstone of the franchise's identity. Fact 138. The calming influence of early Dragon Ball reached beyond entertainment, gently shaping creative communities, artistic styles, and even personal philosophies. Fans often describe the series as teaching them to approach life with curiosity and warmth. Its peaceful imagery, mountains glowing in soft light, rivers drifting beneath quiet skies, friendships forming through simple moments, became emotional touchstones. These gentle impressions stayed with people as they grew, influencing how they created art, formed friendships, or found comfort in storytelling. The series' serene beginnings thus became a quiet companion to countless lives, subtly guiding their inner world with softness. Fact 139. Even as Dragon Ball expanded into dramatic arcs and powerful transformations, creators and fans continued to honor the early themes of kindness, wonder, and simple joy. These themes became threads that ran through the entire franchise, grounding even its grandest stories in heartfelt emotion. Toriyama's gentle beginnings served as a steady foundation, reminding everyone involved that the heart of Dragon Ball was always warm and human. This emotional continuity allowed the series to evolve without losing itself, preserving the calming essence that welcomed readers in its earliest pages. Fact 140. The legacy of early Dragon Ball rests quietly in the memories of those who first encountered it. Soft mornings watching episodes, evenings spent reading by warm lamplight, or calm afternoons imagining its peaceful world. This sense of tranquil companionship became a lasting gift, shaping how people remember their childhoods and how they return to the series for comfort. Toriyama's gentle storytelling planted seeds of warmth that continued to grow long after the pages turned. Through these soft memories, the early spirit of Dragon Ball lives on, flowing like a quiet stream through the hearts of fans everywhere. Fact 141: when Dragon Ball entered new eras, through sequels, films, and expanded stories, its gentle roots continued to influence the tone beneath the surface. Even as narratives grew larger, creators often revisited the calm emotional foundation of the early chapters. They incorporated quiet moments between characters, soft humor, and glimpses of peaceful landscapes to maintain continuity. These subtle echoes ensured that the expanding world still felt connected to its origins. Toriyama's early warmth provided a steady rhythm that newer adaptations honored, allowing the series to evolve without losing the tender spirit that first made it beloved across generations. Fact 142: later films frequently opened with serene scenes inspired by the early world, quiet islands, gentle breezes, and moments of stillness before the story unfolded. Directors acknowledged that these calming introductions helped maintain the emotional balance that defined the franchise. By beginning with tranquility, they invited audiences to settle into the narrative with soft anticipation, honoring the peaceful tones of the original chapters. These gentle transitions created a bridge between eras, reminding viewers that even as the series explored new horizons, its heart remained rooted in simple beauty and the quiet wonder that shaped its earliest adventures. Fact 143: video games based on Dragon Ball often included peaceful exploration areas, calm fields, small villages, and quiet forests, designed to evoke the soothing atmosphere of the early manga. Developers understood that players cherished these serene spaces as much as the action. They created gentle ambient soundscapes, soft lighting, and warm colors to encourage relaxation between gameplay moments. These tranquil zones served as loving tributes to Toriyama's original world, reminding players of the calm spirit that shaped their earliest memories of the series. Through this design approach, even interactive adaptations preserved the gentle heart of Dragon Ball. Fact 144: manga spin offs and side stories often returned to the soft emotional tone of early Dragon Ball, focusing on simple adventures, quiet character moments, or peaceful daily life. Artists and writers who grew up with the series frequently described these projects as opportunities to revisit the warmth of their childhoods. They emphasized gentle storytelling, light humor, heartfelt interactions, and soft pacing. These smaller stories became cherished additions to the franchise because they captured the spirit of tranquility that first defined Goku's world. Fans welcomed these calm narratives as soothing reflections of the series' origins. Fact 145: as Dragon Ball continued to evolve, new generations of creators approached the franchise with deep respect for its gentle beginnings. Interviews revealed that many artists felt guided by the emotional softness of the early arcs, using them as a compass for tone and atmosphere. They aimed to maintain the balance between adventure and calmness, ensuring the world remained inviting and warm. This quiet, creative commitment kept the franchise connected to its roots, allowing each new contribution to feel harmoniously aligned with the soft, dreamlike world that Toriyama first sketched with such sincerity. Fact 146. Even promotional art for later projects often highlighted peaceful imagery, Goku resting on clouds, characters sharing meals, or quiet sunsets warming the horizon. Marketing teams recognized that fans found comfort in these gentle scenes. These images served as reminders of the calm spirit beneath the franchise's evolution. They celebrated the tenderness that shaped Dragon Ball's identity, offering visual reassurance that the warmth of the early chapters still guided the series. Through this soft imagery, the emotional continuity of Dragon Ball remained intact, strengthening its comforting legacy across new adaptations. Fact 147. Novelizations and written expansions frequently embraced the more reflective, poetic aspects of the Dragon Ball universe. Authors used descriptive language to evoke gentle landscapes, soft character interactions, and the emotional quiet woven through the early arcs. They viewed Dragon Ball not only as an action story, but as a world shaped by warmth and subtlety. Their writing often leaned into introspection, exploring characters' inner thoughts with tenderness. This approach allowed these novels to feel like literary echoes of the manga's original serenity, preserving the tranquil emotional resonance that defined Toriyama's earliest storytelling. Fact 148. Newer adaptations often included brief recap segments that highlighted peaceful memories from the early series, scenes of Goku fishing, friendships blooming, or simple days beneath open skies. These gentle reminders served to anchor viewers emotionally, reconnecting them to the series' warm foundation. Creators understood that these soft moments held powerful nostalgia. By weaving them into new material, they ensured that the expanding world always carried a whisper of its beginnings. These recaps became quiet bridges between past and present, offering viewers a moment to breathe before continuing into new adventures. Fact 149. The calm, comedic charm of the early chapters influenced humor in later adaptations as well. Writers often returned to light, playful interactions reminiscent of Goku's first journeys. Even amid larger story arcs, moments of gentle laughter helped maintain the franchise's emotional balance. These soft comedic beats, shared meals, simple misunderstandings, or relaxed conversations echoed Toriyama's approach to storytelling. They grounded the narrative in human warmth, ensuring that even the most expansive stories contained traces of the gentle heart that first shaped Dragon Ball's world. Fact 150. Across sequels, remakes, and reinterpretations, the essence of early Dragon Ball remained a guiding star. Its peaceful landscapes, its kind friendships, and its soft sense of wonder. Creators treated these origins as the emotional foundation on which all later stories were built. This gentle legacy ensured that no matter how the franchise evolved, it always retained its warm, welcoming spirit. Fans could feel the quiet heartbeat of the early chapters in every new adaptation. Through this steady thread of tranquility, Dragon Ball remained not only a global phenomenon, but a comforting companion across eras. Fact 151. As the years passed, Dragon Ball became more than a story. It became a gentle thread woven through lives across the world. Fans returned to the early episodes not for intensity, but for the calm familiarity of Goku's simple beginnings. These moments, sunlit mountains, soft laughter, drifting clouds, became emotional touchstones. Toriyama's quiet storytelling shaped a space where people could rest, dream, and breathe. This enduring serenity allowed the series to remain timeless. Even as new arcs emerged, the peaceful heart of Dragon Ball continued to whisper softly, reminding audiences of the gentle world where everything first began. Fact 152. The gentle worldview of Dragon Ball, where kindness, wonder, and curiosity guide every step, became a subtle influence on how many fans approached life. Readers and viewers often described the early chapters as shaping their sense of optimism. The simple joys of wandering, learning, and forming bonds offered a soft reminder that growth need not be rushed. Toriyama's peaceful philosophy encouraged people to cherish small victories and quiet moments. Through this emotional influence, Dragon Ball became more than entertainment. It became a calming companion, shaping perspectives with its warm, steady light. Fact 153. The early spirit of Dragon Ball helped it transcend cultural boundaries, touching hearts regardless of language or background. Its gentle humor and soft emotional core made it universally approachable. People found comfort in its simplicity, warmth, and sincerity. These qualities formed the emotional foundation of its global appeal. Even viewers new to anime felt welcomed by the story's calm tone. This universal softness helped Dragon Ball become a beloved part of childhood and adulthood alike, carrying a soothing familiarity that could be felt anywhere in the world, like a quiet breeze moving across continents. Fact 154. The peaceful rhythm of the early chapters continued to inspire new forms of appreciation. Slow, reflective rewatch sessions, soft ambient playlists, and artistic reinterpretations emphasizing calm landscapes. Fans created environments where the serenity of Dragon Ball could be experienced anew. These quiet tributes reflected the deep emotional connection people felt to the world Toriyama built. Through each soft reinterpretation, the early chapters lived on, translated into gentle colors, peaceful music, or whispered nostalgia. This evolving appreciation helped keep the tranquil heart of the series alive, even as the franchise expanded into new eras. Fact 155. Many fans described returning to early Dragon Ball during difficult times, seeking comfort in its gentle pacing and warm characters. The simple scenes, Goku training beneath clear skies, friends sharing meals, journeys beginning at dawn, carried a soothing familiarity. These moments provided a sense of safety, grounding, and quiet hope. Toriyama's storytelling never aimed to heal, yet its soft sincerity offered emotional refuge. The continuing ability of Dragon Ball to comfort people became one of its deepest, most meaningful legacies, carried quietly through generations like a peaceful lantern glowing in the dark. Fact 156. The franchise's timelessness came not from grand battles, but from its emotional warmth. Toriyama's early focus on curiosity, gentle humor, and small wonders created a world that never aged. Even decades later, the early chapters feel fresh, not because of spectacle, but because of their sincerity. The world is shaped by kindness, discovery, and soft imagination. This purity allows Dragon Ball to resonate with both children and adults, offering a place of calm reflection. Its timelessness is a quiet one, glowing softly through the years, inviting people back into its peaceful embrace again and again. Fact 157. As new generations encounter Dragon Ball, many begin with the early episodes, discovering the same gentle spirit that captivated fans long ago. The simplicity of the world, free of heaviness or urgency, provides a soothing introduction to the broader universe. Parents who grew up with the series often share it with their children, creating soft, shared moments across generations. This passing down of calm storytelling forms a living legacy, allowing the original warmth of the series to bloom anew in fresh hearts. Through these shared experiences, Dragon Ball continues to grow quietly, guided by the softness of its origins. Fact 158. Collectors often describe early Dragon Ball items, old manga volumes, soft colored posters, gentle figurines, as comforting reminders of peaceful times. These objects hold emotional weight because they reflect the serenity of the story's beginnings. Displayed on shelves, they become quiet companions in daily life, small tokens of warmth, nostalgia, and childhood calm. The gentle aesthetic of early merchandise allowed these items to age gracefully, retaining their soothing charm across decades. Through these cherished artifacts, fans continue to hold the early world of Dragon Ball close, carrying its soft glow into the present. Fact 159. The early themes of Dragon Ball, wonder, kindness, and gentle curiosity, created a foundation strong enough to support all the stories that followed. No matter how vast the universe became, these quiet values remained its emotional anchor. Creators, fans, and new adaptations all continued to draw inspiration from this soft beginning, trusting its warmth to guide the tone. The result was a franchise that felt expansive yet grounded, powerful yet tender. This delicate balance became a defining characteristic of Dragon Ball, allowing it to evolve while remaining true to the gentle heart that shaped its first pages. Fact 160. The enduring legacy of Dragon Ball ultimately rests on the soft, heartfelt spirit that Toriyama infused into its earliest moments. Long before the series grew into a global phenomenon, it was a quiet story about a kind child in peaceful mountains. That gentle origin continues to echo through every adaptation, memory, and fan experience. It is the calm thread tying the franchise together, a reminder that even the grandest adventures begin with simple warmth. Through this enduring softness, Dragon Ball remains a comforting presence in countless lives, offering a peaceful world where hearts can drift, rest, and dream. Thank you, dear friend, for drifting with me through this gentle journey, through memories of mountains, quiet friendships, warm sunsets, and the soft spirit that has guided Dragon Ball from its earliest pages to the hearts of millions. As you settle deeper into the quiet of the night, let the calm we've wandered through linger around you like a warm blanket. Allow your breath to slow, your thoughts to soften, and your body to rest in the stillness that now surrounds you. I'm grateful for your presence, for sharing this peaceful moment, and for letting these soft reflections ease you toward sleep. May your dreams be warm and unhurried. May your night be gentle and steady. And may your heart find a quiet place to rest, carried by the same tranquility that shaped this story. Good night.